makeup I had, or how many, when I got drink this coffee. Why, hello. In this video, I'm going to give you the 5 reasons why I purged almost my entire makeup collection and went from makeup junkie to a somewhat makeup minimalist. Be sure to stay to the end so you can get a sneak peek of my minimalist makeup collection, and subscribe if you're interested in seeing what my collection entails, which will be coming up in my next video. Now, let's get into the 5 reasons why I purged it all. Reason number 1, makeup became a burden. So much so that over time, I lost interest in making YouTube videos, which is something that I love doing. The word burden is defined as a heavy load, and boy, was my collection a heavy one. I was burdened by the amount of products that I purchased. I was burdened by the idea that in order to grow my YouTube channel or to become relevant in a highly saturated population community, that I needed to buy, try, collect, haul every new makeup release, YouTuber collab, and the latest makeup trend on the market, which ultimately became a financial burden as well. At first, I celebrated becoming BIB Rouge and obtaining platinum status at Ulta, until I actually thought about how much money I spent to get there. Luckily, I have a very forgiving husband. Let's move on. Reason number 2, redundancy. The state of being no longer needed or useful. The massive hoard of makeup became redundant. I have one face. I have one face that is pale in the winter and that is tan in the summer. So why on earth would I need to have 2 overflowing Alex drawers of high-end and drugstore foundation? How is this useful to anyone? I have 2 eyelids, yet 100 plus eyeshadow palettes. How is this useful? The burden was now overwhelming. Overwhelmed by the excess amounts of makeup, I began to look at the products that I actually used, which leads me to reason number 3. Repetition, the act of repeating something. Looking back, I think one of the hardest things to come to grips with, come to terms with, the hardest realizations was coming to terms with the fact that no matter how big my collection, no matter how many makeup brushes I had, I used the same product every single day. Over and over. The same products. The same brushes. So basically I was buying product for the sake of filming a haul, first impression, tutorial, and then stashing it away like a squirrel, storing nuts for the winter. But unlike a squirrel, these nuts expire. Makeup. Makeup expires. It's probably a bad analogy. Moving right along. Reason number 4. Grateful, thankful, yet very wasteful. I often say how grateful I am to have what I have, and how thankful I am for mine and my husband's career, and our ability to be able to buy things. But do my actions coincide with my words and the things that I say? Buying in excess equals wasting in excess, especially in the makeup world. When I made the decision to purge my makeup collection, as daunting as it was, I also made a promise to myself that I would never allow this to happen again, and that I would become a more conscious consumer and only bring into my home and put onto my face the things that I love. I'm not gonna buy for the sake of buying anymore, especially if it's gonna expire in a drawer before I ever have a chance to try it out. 2019 will be my year to declutter my entire home, and the beginning of my journey to only keep and buy things that spark joy. Let's recap, shall we? Burdened by excessive amounts of makeup that was useless in my everyday life. I mean, honestly, it was useless. I was never putting it on my face unless I was filming a video. So having all of it and hoarding all of it was absolutely useless in my everyday life. I discovered throughout this process of collecting my absolute favorite makeup products. But what I also and unfortunately discovered was the massive amounts of products that I wasted, that I never used, that went to waste. Which brings me to my last reason. Reason number 5. Quality over quantity. I will admit that what I have left in my collection is majority high-end, but that's because once I tried that foundation or that concealer, I was hooked. Like, I fell in love with it and I never wanted to try or use anything else ever again. So that's good. But they are truly the products that once I tried, I never wanted to touch any other product again. And that's what everyone should be looking for in a makeup product, right? Quality can be found in all price points. I have a few drugstore holy grails in my collection that I replenish when I run out. It's not the price, regardless of price, whether high-end or drugstore. Finding a product that works for you, that you love, that you pick up time and time and time again is way, way more. It's worth way more than having 10 foundations that are just meh. I could proudly say that I reduced my collection. I reduced my collection from 10 Alex drawers, overflowing Alex drawers, let's be real, and a couple acrylic organizers down to this one bag. And I actually plan to minimize it even further. That will be my next video. Before I go, I just wanted to say that these are my reasons. They're my thoughts and my realizations about my life, about my collection. I mean, absolutely no offense to my fellow beauty community at all. Everyone's journey looks different. If mine inspired you in any way, I hope you will subscribe to be a part of my journey towards turning all this chaos back to order and becoming hopeful at home. Bye, guys.